Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim World 2 news video. This is of the Mountain Warriors article, which actually just released, including 15 new screenshots for the upcoming Clinchfield Railroad route. But let's get straight into it. The legendary and rugged Clinchfield Railroad is coming soon to Train Sim World 2, and as an engineer on the upcoming route, you will climb aboard and take the throttle of two generations of magnificently recreated diesels, the classic F7 and the powerful SD40. Together, these two types of diesel mountain warriors powered the railroad from the time Clinchfield traded its steam for diesels until the Clinchfield Railroad was merged into the Seaboard system in 1983. Let's take a look. The iconic electromotive F unit. The F unit was, to quote longtime Trains magazine editor David P. Morgan, the diesel that did it, in quotation marks, which is to say the diesel that more than any other empowered American railroads transition from steam to diesel propulsion. The iconic F was introduced in the form of the FT in 1939 and through models F2, F3, F7, F9, FP7 and FP9 and FL9 remained in production until 1960, with a total of more than 7,500 units constructed. In the coal-laden Appalachians, where the economy and many livelihoods depended upon coal mining, the oil-burning diesel, as an alternative to coal-burning steam locomotives, was neither immediately nor entirely embraced. Many of America's great coal-hauling railroads, such as the Chesapeake and Ohio, and in particular the Norfolk and Western, followed a credo of burn what you haul, and were thus careful about climbing on the diesel bandwagon. The coal-hauling Clinchfield remained true to steam power until the late 1940s, the last additions to CRR's fascinating steam roster being the Class E3 Challengers, that were carbon copies of Union Pacific's 4664 behemoths. But the economic and operational benefits of dieselisation were far too great to ignore, and in 1948 the Clinchfield began to dieselise with urgency. And just as it was for much of American railroading, the diesel that did it on the Clinchfield was the EMD F unit. It was in December 1948 that Electromotive's LaGrange, Illinois plant began turning out F units bound for the Clinchfield, which were dressed in a striking new yellow and grey livery. Clinchfield Railroad's first 10 F units were formally designated F3s and unofficially called F5s. Though through 1950 to 1952, dieselisation on the Clinchfield Railroad was in full swing, as the railroad welcomed 25 more F7s. I'm thinking about fighter jets now. 1 FP7, 6 EMD SW7 switches, and 18 GP7s in 1953. Clinchfield dropped the coal fires of its last steam locomotives in regular service. With the EMD SW7s and the Jeeps tending to switching and local work, the F7s were lords of the main line, hauling heavy coal tonnage and hustling manifest freight such as the famed Florida Perishable. In 1955, the Clinchfield Railroad added another 5 new F7Bs to beef up the horsepower of its diesel lash-ups, and into the early 1960s acquired a handful more F units second-hand from one of its parents, the Louisville and Nashville. With the beautiful chants of their normally aspirated 1,500 horsepower EMD 567 series V16 power plants echoing through the Appalachians, the F7s, which like all F units were nicknamed covered wagons, were purely a joy to experience. The opportunity to witness the F units in the Appalachians proved a long one. While retirements of some Clinchfield Railroad F units began in 1969, a number of iconic and stylish diesels remained in service until even after the 1983 merge with the Seaboard system. One Clinchfield F unit, CRR 800 in extent, in beautifully restored and operational condition for yet another generation of rail fans to enjoy. And the patent EMD SD40. By the mid-60s, with the Clinchfield Railroad F units aging and tonnage at robust levels, the time had come for Clinchfield to embrace dieseldom's second generation. The timing was ideal because Electromotives was about to roll out its new 645 series power plant and 40 line of diesel, which included the 3000 horsepower 4-axle GP40 and 6-axle SD40. Not surprisingly, given its rugged route and heavy tonnage, Clinchfield placed its bet on the new and potential 6-motor SD40. And Clinchfield initially purchased 8 units, all again dressed in yellow and grey colours, in 1966. EMD's 40-line diesels were proved to extraordinarily successful, and the husky, hard-hauling and reliable SD40s was near perfect for the Clinchfield. The CRR ordered 6 more SD40s in 1969 and 10 more of the SD40s in 1971. And like the Galleon F7 before it, the SD40 became the primary mainline workhorse of the Clinchfield. This is a big article, blimmin' heck. The Clinchfield's SD40s of 1969 were again delivered in Clinchfield Railroad's handsome grey and yellow scheme. Then in 1970 the railroad adopted a new, simpler black and yellow scheme. While not as captivating as its predecessor, the Clinchfield Railroad's new livery, highlighted by yellow and black number boards, was nonetheless entirely appealing. Clinchfield locomotives in both liveries were common right through the road's merger into Seaboard system. As for Clinchfield Railroad's SD40s, all except a pair retired due to wreck damage, journeyed onto the CSX and Seaboard eras. The Clinchfield electric motor F7 and SD40 curated for the upcoming Trainson World Tour route are beautifully and extraordinarily accurate in operational procedures, characteristics, liveries and visual details. Together, the F7 and SD40 will indeed deliver the full and compelling experience of climbing aboard 2 generations of Clinchfield's railroad diesel F7 diesel mountain warriors. That's the end of that article. That was a long one. Obviously 15 new screenshot there, looking beautiful. But yeah, that is going to be it, everyone. Thanks all for coming in. Obviously do check out our merch store with the F7 obviously on the top, looking beautiful there. And also do join the Discord server, and do help support the channel by obviously clicking on the PayPal link. But that is going to be it, everyone. That was a long article. I'm tired now. But yeah, thanks all for coming in. Do subscribe if you do want to see more. Obviously, we'll be live tonight with the Diesel Legends pack just after midnight, obviously coming out to TSW2. And yeah, do subscribe for more. But that is it, everyone. Thanks for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. And we will be showing off Clinchfield Railroad as soon as it does release. But yeah, thanks all for coming in. Take care. See you all in the next one. Take care.